I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Repairman, man. Alright guys, sorry for, thank you for those of you who got the 90s reference. Haha. Today we're going to, don't worry, I didn't break anything, I dropped this. Today we are going to work on finishing up the PlayStation 3. Right now, everything's put together. I did the courtesy of, sorry for the glare, I did the courtesy of screwing the base plates, the base plate shielding back on. And what I'm going to do is put the retaining plates on. And for me, it's just a pet peeve. It's something that I do. You don't have to. Did I say this is part 2? This is part 3, by the way. Part 2 was uploaded yesterday. Part 1 was uploaded the day before. Part 3 hopefully will be uploaded tonight. If it's not too long, it shouldn't take that long to upload. Sorry for the other long parts. I was thinking about breaking it down into 4 separate parts, or do episodically like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, yada yada yada. 16 small parts, 4 medium parts, or 3 decent sized chunks, or just 1 long video. I wasn't going to do the 1 long video route. I know people don't really like watching long videos on YouTube. So, with that said, for me, what I do is pre-screw these, torque these in. So, I label these 1 and 2, and there's a T on there. So what I'm going to do is, I will periodically, from service to service, switch these back and forth. So hopefully this was the only issue with it, and the PlayStation isn't screwed. Worst case scenario, I have to go and get my backup PlayStation. Best case scenario, I don't want to do it, but I might have to format my hard drive and start over. Might be a software issue because of the recent update. Deity that you believe in only knows. Alright, so, this is simple. These are the retaining plates for the heat sinks. This is to ensure that the heat sinks are well synced, touching, and are tight on top of the CPU and the GPU. The one quorum I had, and I don't know how well you can see it now, I did show it off in part 2. I was cleaning the heat sink for the CPU, which does come out, and it cut me because they put ridges on the fins so that airflow flows through it better, and they put a circular cutout in it for the way that it sits inside the unit itself, and I didn't notice because I was like, okay, why isn't this the dust and stuff coming off of this? Well, because it's sharp as hell and there's ridges, and it cut me. So if you do decide to do this, and you do decide to take yours out and clean it and all that, be careful. The other reason why I waited a day to clean this is I wanted to make sure those parts were completely dry, even though I did take a heat gun to the heat sink. The other heat sink for the GPU is riveted in place. Why, I don't know. I'm checking my... periodically, if you see me look at the screen, it's because I'm checking to see if you guys can see me and I'm not, overly consumed by light, even though I lurk in the darkness. Alright, so that's on. The bottom base plate is on. Therefore, these are done. Nice and clean. As clean as I can get her to be. and she's ready to go. Alright, so now what I want to do is set this back up inside of the base of the unit, the case itself. Keep this power plug out of the way. Yes, if you're not careful, this does come out. See, that whole unit does come out. So if for some reason this fails, I believe you can't order another part for this. Or if you do have a reliable source for electronics, you can go to an electronics store and buy a replacement part for it. I'm actually, give me 1 second guys, I'll be right back. I want to go and grab some more alcohol swabs. I ran out. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I just want to clean this up real quick. Should have cleaned it up off camera, but since this is alcohol, this won't be plugged in anytime soon. I'd say in the next half hour. The video won't be that long, trust me. But yeah. I do have some questions for you guys. See how interested you are in stuff like this, or other things. Clean that out real good. Since the base is, that's plugged out of the base. Would you guys like to do a Q&A session for the channel? I would be very interested if you guys would like to do that. A Q&A session for the channel in general. If you guys have any questions for me, as long as they're not too personal, even though I do bare my soul to you guys anyway. Got nothing to hide and got no shame in my game. Are you guys interested in knowing more about me? About my fiance. She is technically my girlfriend. I will be proposing to her soon. It's just, things aren't lining up just yet, but they will. We've been together for 8 years, so it's about time. But with that said, I want to know if you guys want to know more about me. And, if you're curious, I'll do a Q&A announcement, and then I will do, in that announcement video, you guys can put your questions in the comments, and then we'll go from there. We'll ask general, questions and stuff, and then we'll go from there. So, alright, I got this piece back in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these security screws for the base back in place, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, be right back. Was there anything else? I don't think so. Alright, that's all bolted down. Yep. She is cinched in, I believe. She ain't going anywhere. Nowhere anytime soon. Alright, so now, what you want to do before you do anything else is you want to get your antennas back in place, and you want to get your cable, your ribbon cable here, secured back in before you just go and put the CD drive in. Also, you want to reconnect this cable. This goes in over here. And that will plug into the, oh, you guys didn't see that. This cable, I completely detached it. So this cable will go, this end will go in there. So, that's out of the way. Our CPU fan's plugged back in. Well, our CPU fan. CPU, GPU fan. That's plugged back in. That's secure. This is when I like to double check and make sure everything is secure before I decide to go and move on. Because now we're working in reverse order. What goes where, what secures what. Okay. So that'll be going in next. Don't stop moving. Okay. Alright. So now we want to do our antenna. What I like to do is I don't know how well you'll see it, but there's a notch cut out here for the antenna to the wires to go under, and they'll basically take this route down to here. And that's what this notch is for, the notch cut out up here, this one right here, that's what that's for, to keep the antenna loosey-goosey. And they go on a certain way. They just don't go on and stay on. Now, I've seen antenna mods for the Wi-Fi antennas. I've seen the white one or the black one. Whichever one you decide to go this route, you can do that if you want to. But these guys, they found extra long antenna wire, better grade antenna wire. Their soldering skills are better than mine, and they've extended this to go that route. So that they think, those who did the mods, they felt that it was them being so close to each other, they interfere with each other, and I don't think that's the case. But hey, whatever. If you think it works, have at thee. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to tell you it's wrong. I'm not going to tell you it's right, because it's wrong to open it to begin with. So, whatever. Alright. A little stuff in here for me. Alright, so I'm going to do, cinch these down, and then we'll be back for the hard drive. The Blu-ray installation. And we'll be right back, guys. Quick side note, before you decide to run the wires, cinch them down first with the screws. It'll make life a lot easier when you decide to go and do that. Now, I know this isn't the end of the month, and I know this isn't a proper video, update video, but I'll be doing that this weekend, which bringing up, mentioning this weekend. This weekend, the missus is off. She's off Saturday and Sunday. So you will be getting, hopefully, 1, if not 2, Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle videos. So keep an eye on the channel for that as well. Alright guys, be right back. Alright guys, so those are cinched in, nice and tight. And that's where they go. If you can't remember which way the antennas are placed, the dead giveaway is the white antenna lead on my unit. I don't know if it's all of them. The white antenna lead on my unit is shorter than the black antenna lead, because the black antenna lead has to make a longer journey around the fan case in order to get over to the plug where they plug in at. So they're labeled on the board WLA is white and the VT is black, I believe. I'll know because I won't have Wi-Fi if I get them backwards. So, but the other day giveaway, I believe the it is on my big unit, but the antenna should be marked as to where they go. But these ones are not. plug these in. The white one doesn't want to. Yeah, come on. Come on. You're all twisted up. I know. For some reason. I always have the hardest time with these leads. Whether it be laptops or any kind of unit that uses Wi-Fi. Okay. And if for some reason, I get it together and they're backwards, it's not the end of the world. Take the case off and go in there, remove the power brick, and just switch them around. It's not that hard. And it makes life a lot easier when you have this little guy. Alright guys, I'll be right back as soon as we're ready to go and put the Blu-ray drive in. Alright, now the hard part. I call this the hard part because if you don't remember to put this thin ribbon cable in, you won't be able to turn it on, and you won't have your CD drive. The other thing is, you have to remember that you have this ribbon cable on the bottom. This is for this to work. Without it, you can't run any CDs. So, you want to make sure that this is pulled. You want to make sure that this is pulled up. This, if you can feel it, there's a slight tab on there. It pulls up. Don't yank it. Just a nice gentle pull. It should lift right up, and this will secure the ribbon cable. You want to secure the ribbon cable first underneath, and then everything will be like clockwork afterwards. So forgive me if I'm not going to show you guys. This part is a little meticulous, if you will. If you don't get it right the first time, there's a chance that you could actually tear the ribbon cable. So tweezers and all that come in handy. But you got to make sure that this retention bar that's on here is lifted up. If it pushes down even a little bit, then the cable won't go in right, and it can be somewhat of a headache if you're not a patient person, which I'm not. So mine set back down, so to fiddle with it with the tweezers. Bring this down as much as possible. Get it in there. And set that retention cable down. That popped out just a little bit on me. Put that retention bar down. Yep, retention bar is down, but I don't like it because it's sticking out a little bit. Shouldn't be. So I'm going to fiddle with this, try and get this seated in right, and then I'll be back with the end result. Alright guys, I will see you in a few seconds. Alright guys, she's seated in there, and now I'm going to put the only lone retention screw that I have for this back in. There's my screwdriver. It's weird that it is a self-tapping threaded screw, but I guess it's the plastic. Never understood that why this screw was a self-tapping screw, but it is what it is. With that, she is retained. Okay. That. I'm going to put my ribbon cables back in. Screwdriver. Stop doing that. If you have big meat fingers like I do, and you find this part difficult, use your tweezers. It's so much easier. Okay. That's all of our wires in. Blu-ray drive is in. Antennas are back on. That's for the power for this. And yeah, I think we're good to go. I think we're golden. Time for the power supply to go back in, and then that'll be it. Alright guys, check you in a few seconds. Is that really it? Yep. Alright guys, yeah, be right back. Alright guys, this video is already 20 minutes. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Alright. Now, I'll show you. It's very simple, very easy. Remember that the 2-prong plug over here? Let's see if you guys can see it. Her weight's starting to come out. So there's a 2-prong plug right there. There is a 2-prong hole right there. And that's how you line it up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Make sure your cords are out of the way. And there you go. She's are done. And for me, I have a slight airflow gap right here. I don't know how well you can see it. The unit, this is actually bowed. I don't know if it was just from use over the years or someone tried to open it up before me, because some of the feet are missing. There is foam in there to retain the airflow, but I noticed a significant change as soon as I put this piece of tape on it. So what I did was I cut a piece of tape to fit two sides. Now the sides, for airflow are fine, nothing comes out. At the top, there is an airflow gap that I do seal up with this tape. And that actually took care of it. And I heard an actual difference. And I felt an actual difference as soon as I did that. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is double check it, spin this up. And I can feel a little bit of a breeze. And back. So that's a good thing. Alright. This gets plugged in here. This 4-pin gets plugged in right there. Right there. Well, this is a, yeah, this is 4-pin. Oh, right the first time. Oh, drop the screw, drop the screw. Alright. Now all that's left is the last screws that secure everything in. And those can go in now. Not difficult to put in. Not difficult at all. Yeah. And the last screws are, those are system screws. Those go into the actual board itself. So, I'm going to double check something real quick. I'll be right back. 59. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the home stretch. The final parts. Now, our lid. Where I got? There we go. Wipe her off real good. Hoping this works. Hoping she just needed cleaning. We snap her under front, because that's what goes on first. Back. Ease it on. That's that. Lay my rag down so she doesn't get as scratched up. And now the final part. So what you want to do is you want to pop open this hatch over here. That is for our hard drive. I'm going to take a alcohol swab here, and I just want to wipe off everything there. Wipe off the surface. If you're wondering, no, I didn't take this out of the sled. The less this moves, the better. This is a hard drive, it's an SSD drive. There's 2 screws there. I do have 2 screws that might fit that. Well, at least one. So some extra strength retaining in the hard drive here. Right. Okay. That's tight, that's tight, that's tight. That's good to go. Alright. So you want to take it and you want to make sure that the tab is facing forward and the handle can lift up. If it's this way, it's wrong. If it's, well, of course, this way, it's wrong. So take your sled, slide your sled in, and the hole should line up with the hard drive. Oops. Good thing I have tweezers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and this is pretty tight. I could seat the screw in just enough to the point where I need an actual screwdriver. And if this can't seat it in, so now I need to actually use a screwdriver. I'll use this one. Then there's some resistance there. That's it nice and tight, and you just slide that back on. Did I do that backwards? Dumb me, did it backwards. Forgot to cover it. Yeah, see this? This keeps dust and stuff out here. Hard drive enclosure. That's what you don't want to do. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm only going to put in 3 screws. Why put in 3 screws, you ask? Because I want to make sure that the Wi-Fi is working and that the problem has been solved. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here. Well, not really end it. I'm going to stop the video here. And I'm going to go and do all of that stuff. And I will cut back to when the system is actually up and running. Well, I shouldn't say up and running, because then that would be skipping parts. But, yeah, I'll be back as soon as I check to see if the Wi-Fi and all that's working. If it isn't, then I have to go back and pop it off, switch the wires around, and go do all that lovely stuff. So I'll check you back in a few minutes. Well, so far so good. It's posted, which is always a good sign. I was doing the system restore. So as soon as that's done, I will let you guys know what's going on. I got my fingers crossed. This is what happened last time, so God only knows what's wrong if it doesn't work after all this happens. So we'll see. All right, guys, be right back. Okay, so I went to system update, and it's 4.78. So I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping it solves the issue. Didn't freeze this time, so you know. We'll see. Knock on wood. But, yeah. Alright, guys. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'll be right back. Alright, guys. So far, so good. The PlayStation is updating. I don't know if it's going to be the update or not that's going to be the nail in the coffin for it. If it is, then I have to literally reset the PlayStation, and I don't want to, because then that's a lot of save data down the drain. So, that's a lot of restarting games. I do have some saves backed up, but I only have to use those because those are pretty old. I haven't updated those in about a week. Especially Metal Gear Solid, I would have to start that over. That update's probably about a month old, so we'll see what happens. Sorry this video is long. You know, like I said, in the first two parts, I want to do it and do it right. And so there's some length there. Ugh. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I am your host for this fool's foolish guide to a PlayStation 3 cleaning. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much if you watched. Alright guys, peace out, and stay foxy.